Hello, fellow geeks, and welcome to the Geek Easy, where today we are going to be talking about Velvet, Before the Living End. Published by Image Comics, written by Ed Brubaker and, Steve Epting is the artist. So I bought this because I am becoming a fan of Ed Brubaker's writing. When he usually does the mysteries and thriller type stuff, they're really good, especially with his Reckless series and a couple of other stuff that I've read. So I pick it up. The basic premise of this is there is a ultra super secret organization in England of spies. I mean, it's Black Ops, there's nothing on the books about them. All its budget is used, there is no budget for it. They get it from somewhere else. And it's been going on since the late 40s. Think of it as Bond's organization, but not, because you can't really go Bond. And their agents are like X this, X that. And so it starts out with one of their agents getting murdered. This is Paris, 1973. And then we cut to present day, or for the comic anyway, where Velvet, main character, gets woken up and is told of this person's murder. So she has to go down to the director's office, and she is assigned, or she goes out to try and find who murdered this agent, because she had had an off and on thing with him for years. He was the closest person she ever had to someone that she actually gave a shit about. And so she's trying to figure out who murdered him, and then it goes into this whole full-blown thing of her getting blamed for that murder and another murder of the person they thought might have did the original murder. So she's on the run trying to figure out who set her up. And we find more about her history and, her history with the guy that was murdered. It's going, bounces back and forth in time. And it's a pretty good spy story and a mystery. But the closer I got to the back, to the end, I'm like, they'd better hurry up and come to the conclusion of this, to reveal who killed the guy, because we're getting near the end and it doesn't look like they're wrapping it up. And I didn't want them to just sit there, have it go up the last page and go, oh, hey, well, look, hey, surprise, this guy, and you don't know why it happened or anything like that. But then you get to the end, and it says, to be continued. This, I know it's a trade. Now I know it was a trade. It looked like it was just a graphic novel, sort of like his Reckless books. Oh, sorry. But if I had known... So now I'm I totally invested in this book, really interested in what's going on, because it was really well written and the art is great. But I don't, now I have to go and either give up trying to figure out what's going on, or find a volume 2 and get it when I wasn't expecting there to be a volume 2. So I'm kind of annoyed about that. So I'm really gonna have to figure something out, decide whether I want to do that or not. I probably will try and find a volume 2, because it is a very well crafted story. All the moves sort of make sense. She's doing what she needs to do, and there are reasons why certain people think that she did it. There are certain reasons why some people think she didn't. I mean, they they burst in on her, and she's standing over a body of one of the dead guys. Yeah, you'd think that she might have something to do with it, but we know she didn't. And so every character has a good motivation for thinking what they do, doing what they do. And the story is well crafted. I'm just kind of annoyed that I didn't realize that this was not a graphic novel, that there's more than one volume to it. So I am going to give this a 3.75 out of 5 and recommend it on the condition that that there's more than one book, that you'll probably have to get a second volume to know what's going on. But other than that, no issues. So let me know in the comments below whether you liked the book or not. Like, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy your comics.